One of the mechanisms that is ingrained into us is the need for acceptance and to be validated. While our mirror cells allow us to empathize with others, we also desire to receive some feedback that they do the same, otherwise our empathy will just appear to be a delusion. Ray Comfort and Kent Hovind especially revel in this drug that is given from acceptance, to the point that they have power over people, which is one of the most addictive and dangerous drugs you can have. One receives acceptance in church, and therefore it's really difficult to question or change your views if you fear the lack of acceptance. However, one can receive and have the same emotions at a well-played concert that they do at church. The need for acceptance is hardwired into us probably more than any other species on the planet, as it is a side effect of one of the very things that allowed for our survival and evolution of our thinking. One of the few instincts we are programmed with is the need to be accepted, and the attempt to do anything to be accepted. Babies will unconsciously do whatever it takes to emotionally manipulate someone into caring for them. This is because, by comparison to many other species of mothers, human mothers are barely protective. In chimp populations, a mother chimp allows no one else in the troop to get near or touch her baby and will attack anyone who gets near. This is common in many animal societies. Evolution, however, took a different approach with us. Human ancestors evolved the concept of group child care. Chimp mothers need to be protective of their young, as a rival male may take over the troop and kill the baby, eliminating competition in the gene pool. In humans and more recent ancestors, however, the entire tribe cared for and raised the children. Siblings, grandparents, and friends would help protect, teach, and care for the child, as opposed to the mother doing everything. While killing the baby could increase your individual genes getting passed on, raising your child's child, or a member of the tribe's child, would also increase your chances of passing on your genes. Because of this, mothers became less protective of their children, and the babies had to learn who it could trust for safety and security. It became obsessed with acceptance and stability, as they were not sure if that person would feel the emotions needed to provide love and protection to them. Since this is hardwired and instinctual in us from childbirth, the need for acceptance is a powerful part of our society. When analyzing humans, we have to take the society they are in into account for the very essence of what they are, as we are the sum of our memories. Is light a particle or a wave? Well, both. The same is true for humans. Is a human an individual or the part of a society? Both. An individual alone may make an intelligent choice, but in a group of people, peer pressure tends to rule in ways we don't even realize. A study shows that a person alone could make a good judgment call on a simple visual test. However, when a group of actors pretended to say the exact wrong answer, the individual's perceptions changed on the issue, and more often than not went with a wrong answer that the group decided. This is exactly how mob mentality in wars are started, as when the majority considers something right, or less than the majority seems absolutely certain about an issue, which happens in our biased media, the majority of people fall lockstep just because our need for acceptance is so strong. After these people found out what the experiment was and how they scored, they were shocked and angry, as they considered themselves individuals, and yet they had blindly followed the crowd. After adjusting to this cognitive dissonance, they were actually glad they had been involved with the test, as they were now aware of how much an individual they hadn't actually been. This awareness may have allowed these people to go against the crowd later in life, once they were made aware of how suggestible they were. This experiment and several others are discussed in more details in videos I've linked in the sidebar. I suggest you check them out. Because of our hardwired need for acceptance and blind faith, and our ability to rationalize, religion and superstition is a human being's default setting. An individual human may have no predisposition to religion or anti-skeptical thought, but since our very survival and evolution as a species depended on us being a community, our minds and memories are all shaped in some way by group thought. The fact that there are only 2.3% of the world that are atheists, and even some of them believe in some form of superstition, I believe we have a long way to go in building new mental constructs and educating until the majority of us as Homo sapiens can consider ourselves a skeptical species.